Hello friends, I am from Biology faculty of Tearless Academy. Today we are going to learn about parts of plants with a main focus on roots and flowers. Hope you'll enjoy today's learning. Let's start with our lesson. Now inside your own body, you have organs that you need to survive such as your heart, lungs and kidneys to name a few. Inside a plant, the root system is considered an organ. A plant needs its roots in order to survive. आप सभी carrots and turnips खाते होंगे. Now do you know that this carrot and this turnip are actually roots? They grow underground and are referred to as root vegetable. So you probably think that this potato is a root too. Now let's perform an activity to understand the importance of a root. Now take two similar plants. Take precaution not to break the roots. Now take two pots and label them as A and B. One of the plant in the soil in pot A. Cut off the roots from the other plant and plant it in the soil in pot B. Water them regularly. Observe the plants after a week. Are both plants healthy? Both the plants are watered regularly, but one is without roots, isn't it? Does this activity helps you to understand an important function of the root? We can surely say that without roots, plant cannot survive at all. At the starting of this activity, we could not easily pull out the plants from the soil, right? We dug them out. The roots help in holding the plants firmly in the soil. They are said to anchor the plants to the soil. अगर रूट्स नहीं होंगे प्लांट्स में तो जब भी तेज़ हवा चलेगी तो प्लांट्स एक जगह से दूसरी जगह आसानी से चले जाएंगे. There are two different types of root system and both have the same function. First is the tap root system. They are characterized by having one main root, that is the tap root, from which smaller branch roots emerges. Tap roots can be modified for use in storage, usually carbohydrates such as those found in sugar beets and carrots. Second root system is the fibrous roots. Fibrous roots have no main root. A number of roots that grow at the end of a stem are called as fibrous roots. The roots of the plant go deep in the earth and spread out. They hold the plants firmly in the soil. Now, what are the main functions of roots? Number 1, the plant root system anchors the plant body to the soil and provides physical support. Number 2, the plant root system absorbs water, oxygen and nutrients from the soil in mineral solution, mainly through the root hairs. From the root, these are moved upward. Plants with fibrous root system are more efficient in absorption from a shallow sources. Third, some roots store food for the plants. Roots of plants such as carrots, turnip, radish and beetroot store food. They can be eaten. Now next, the most beautiful part of a plant is the flower. Flowers are the most beautiful creation of a god. Their sight is a joy forever. They are subject of poetry and no natural description is complete without the reference to the flowers. They are of various colors and hues. Even the same species of flowers exist in several forms and tinges. Now, a flower, sometimes known as the bloom or the blossom, is the reproductive structure found in plants that are floral. Different parts of a flower include sepals, petals, stamens and pistil. Parts of a flower can be grouped into two categories, namely accessory whorls and essential whorls. Accessory whorls include sepals and petals, whereas essential whorls include stamens and pistil. First, let's talk about sepals. They are hard leaf-like structures around the base of a flower. Flower के नीचे आपने एक green color का structure देखा होगा, that is known as sepal. They protect the bud before it blooms into a flower. They are green in color in most of the plants. The number of sepal varies from plant to plant. Second is petals. They are brightly colored portions of a flower. The petals are collectively called as corolla. They are brightly colored so as to attract insects and birds for pollination. अगर flowers brightly colored होंगे तो आसानी से insects and birds उसमें जाकर उसका nectar use कर सकते. The number of petals is almost equal to the number of sepals in majority of a flower. Third is the stamens. The stamens are the male reproductive parts of a flower. stamen is made up of a filament and the anther. The anther is bilobe structure at the tip of the filament. Anther contains male reproductive cells, that is the pollen grains. Pollen grains are the male reproductive cells which are very light, that they can be carried away by the wind. Fourth is the pistil. Pistil is the female reproductive part of a flower. It is made up of stigma, style and ovary. Stigma is the bulbed sticky structure at the tip of the pistil. As it is very sticky, it receives pollen grain from the male reproductive structure. Style is a long tube-like structure which allows pollen grains to travel from stigma to ovule, that is the egg cell. Ovary is the large lobe structure at the base of the carpel. It contains female reproductive cells, that is ovules. The number and arrangement of ovules differ in different flowering plants. Flowers can be unisexual or bisexual based on the reproductive structures present in it. Unisexual flowers are the flowers which have either one of the reproductive structure, that is either the stamen, that is the male reproductive structure, or the pistil, that is the female reproductive structure. A flower is termed to be a male flower if it has only stamen. It is termed to be a female flower if it has only pistil. Now, what are bisexual flowers? Bisexual flowers are the flowers which have both male as well as female reproductive structures, that is they have both stamen and pistil in them. Bisexual flowers are also called as hermaphrodite flowers. So students, to conclude this chapter, we learnt about roots and their importance in plants. We also studied the structure of flowers. Now this was all for today's lesson. I hope you all enjoyed learning about plants. If you have any more doubts, you can go to the following link.